The year 2025 has taken legends from us. Oscar winners, television icons, international superstars. From Hollywood to Bollywood, from music stages to wrestling rings, we lost voices that shaped generations. These are the 50 most popular stars who left our world this year. Their legacies remain eternal. Terence Stamp, the boy from London who dreamed of Hollywood, made that dream spectacularly real. Terence Stamp earned an Oscar nomination for his very first film, Billy Budd, in 1962, launching an international career that would span 6 decades. A scholarship to the Webber Douglas School of Dramatic Art set him on his path, and directors quickly recognized his extraordinary screen presence. He worked with Federico Fellini, William Wyler, John Schlesinger, and Pier Paolo Pasolini, building a resume that most actors could only dream of achieving. His portrayal of General Zod in Superman gave audiences an unforgettable villain, and his later work in films like The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, and The Limey proved his range extended far beyond early expectations. His autobiography, Stamp Album, became a bestseller, revealing the thoughtful artist behind those piercing blue eyes. He passed away on January 29, 2025. Marianne Faithfull. She was the voice of 1960s rebellion. The daughter of a baroness and a British spy, Marianne Faithfull recorded the first song ever written by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, As Tears Go By, launching a career that would survive addiction, homelessness, and heartbreak. Her husky, world-weary voice on albums like Broken English became the soundtrack of survival. She passed away on January 30, 2025, having proven that reinvention is always possible. Kim Se-ron. A prodigy who captivated audiences from childhood, Kim Se-ron debuted at age 9 and quickly became one of South Korea's most celebrated young actresses. Her performance in The Man from Nowhere earned her the Best New Actress award at the Korean Film Awards, and her appearance in A Brand New Life made her the youngest actress ever invited to the Cannes Film Festival. She passed away on February 16, 2025, leaving behind a body of work that belied her youth. Ricky Hatton. The hitman from Manchester brought working-class pride to World Championship boxing. Ricky Hatton compiled an amateur record of 73 wins before turning professional and capturing world titles at junior welterweight and welterweight. His shocking upset of Kostya Tszyu made him a British sporting hero. Though losses to Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao ended his championship reign, his heart and determination never wavered. He passed away on February 17, 2025, at just 46 years old. Michael Madsen, that ear scene in Reservoir Dogs. The cool menace in Kill Bill. Michael Madsen perfected the art of dangerous charisma across decades of memorable performances. He could shift from vulnerability to violence in a single breath, creating characters that lingered in the mind long after the credits rolled. Beyond acting, he was an accomplished poet who published several volumes of introspective verse. He passed away on February 20, 2025. Michelle Trachtenberg. She grew up on screen, from commercials at age 3 to childhood stardom in Harriet the Spy. But it was her arrival as Dawn Summers on Buffy the Vampire Slayer that made Michelle Trachtenberg a household name. She brought depth and complexity to the role of the Slayer's mystical sister, earning devoted fans who followed her to Gossip Girl and beyond. She passed away on February 26, 2025, leaving behind millions who grew up alongside her. Mary Magdalene. An actress whose work spanned international productions, Mary Magdalene brought commitment and authenticity to every role she undertook. Her performances connected with audiences across multiple continents and languages. She passed away on March 3, 2025, in Thailand. Jack O'Connell, a veteran character actor whose face was familiar to generations of television and film viewers, Jack O'Connell brought reliability and craft to every project. His stage work earned particular acclaim, demonstrating the range that made him a valued presence in any ensemble. He passed away on March 3, 2025, on Long Island, New York, at the age of 81. Filiz Akin. The golden age of Turkish cinema found one of its brightest stars in Filiz Akin. After graduating from TED Ankara College, she abandoned university for a career that would make her one of Turkey's most beloved actresses. Her beauty and talent captivated audiences across decades of Turkish film. She passed away on March 21, 2025, leaving behind a legacy that helped define Turkish cinema. Robo Shankar. His comedic timing made him one of Tamil cinema's most beloved performers. Robo Shankar rose from humble beginnings in Madurai to become a household name across South India, bringing laughter to millions through his unforgettable performances. His work in Tamil films earned him devoted fans who cherished his ability to find humor in everyday life. He passed away on March 31, 2025. Manoj Kumar. They called him Bharat Kumar for the patriotic fervor he brought to Indian cinema. Manoj Kumar was not just an actor but a director and screenwriter who shaped Bollywood's golden era. His films Upkar, Purab Aur Pashim, and Kranti became cultural touchstones that defined national pride for generations of Indian moviegoers. He received the Padma Shri in 1992 and the Dadasaheb Phalke Award in 2016. He passed away on April 4, 2025. Lonnie Anderson. The platinum blonde bombshell who proved beauty and brains could coexist, Lonnie Anderson became a television icon as Jennifer Marlowe on WKRP in Cincinnati. Her 2 Emmy nominations and 2 Golden Globe wins confirmed what audiences already knew: she was far more than a pretty face. She brought the glamour of old Hollywood to the television age and refused to let anyone define her limits. She passed away on April 13, 2025. Wernoy, a rising talent in French entertainment. Wernoy was an actor and writer whose creative vision was only beginning to be realized. Born in Malun, he brought fresh perspectives to his craft and earned recognition for his distinctive artistic voice. He passed away on April 25, 2025, in Paris, France, at just 31 years old. Pepe Mujica, the former guerrilla fighter who became president of Uruguay and earned the title of the world's humblest head of state, Pepe Mujica donated 90% of his salary to charity and drove a vintage Volkswagen Beetle. His life story became the subject of documentaries and films that celebrated his commitment to simplicity and justice. He passed away on May 13, 2025, in Montevideo at 89 years old. Anne Burrell. Her fiery personality and expert culinary skills made Anne Burrell a Food Network favorite. She brought energy and expertise to competitive cooking shows and inspired home cooks across America to tackle challenging recipes with confidence. Her distinctive style and no-nonsense approach earned her devoted fans. She passed away on May 13, 2025. Young Scooter. Atlanta's trap music scene lost one of its authentic voices when Young Scooter passed away. Kenneth Bailey built his reputation through mixtapes like Street Lottery, collaborating with Future and other Atlanta artists to create a sound that defined a generation. His freestyle approach to rapping, never writing down lyrics, gave his music an immediacy that fans treasured. He passed away on May 17, 2025. Ravi Kumar. A familiar presence in Indian cinema, Ravi Kumar contributed to numerous productions across his career. His dedication to his craft and his professionalism earned him respect throughout the industry. He passed away on May 25, 2025, in Chennai. Graham Greene. The soft-spoken actor from the Six Nations Reserve in Ontario became one of cinema's most respected Indigenous performers. Graham Greene earned an Oscar nomination for his unforgettable portrayal of Kicking Bird in Dances with Wolves and went on to appear in films like Die Hard with a Vengeance, Maverick, and The Green Mile. He was inducted into the Order of Canada in 2016 and received the Governor-General's Performing Arts Award for Lifetime Artistic Achievement in 2025. He passed away on May 27, 2025. Brian Wilson, the genius behind the Beach Boys, created some of the most innovative and beautiful music in American history. Brian Wilson heard symphonies in his head and translated them into albums like Pet Sounds, which influenced everyone from the Beatles to modern producers. Songs like God Only Knows and Good Vibrations redefined what pop music could achieve, layering harmonies and arrangements that had never been attempted in popular music. The legendary Smile Sessions, though unreleased for decades, became the most mythologized, unfinished album in rock history. Despite decades of mental health struggles, auditory hallucinations, and personal turmoil, he continued creating, releasing acclaimed albums like That Lucky Old Sun and reimagining the work of George Gershwin. His 2004 completion of Smile was hailed as a triumph of artistic perseverance. The Beach Boys' music, from Surfin' USA to I Get Around, provided the soundtrack to American summers for generations. He passed away on June 11, 2025. Felix Baumgartner. He jumped from the edge of space and the world held its breath. Felix Baumgartner's 2012 freefall from 128,000 feet shattered records and captured global attention, making him a symbol of human daring. The Austrian skydiver and base jumper proved that some dreams are worth risking everything to achieve. He passed away on June 24, 2025. Julian McMahon. The son of an Australian Prime Minister carved his own path to international stardom. Julian McMahon went from modeling to acting, earning acclaim as Cole Turner on Charmed and as the morally complex Dr. Christian Troy on Nip Tuck. His blend of charm and intensity made him a favorite of audiences worldwide. He passed away on June 25, 2025. Rajveer Jawanda. A rising star in Punjabi entertainment, Rajveer Jawanda brought youthful energy to Indian cinema and music. His performances resonated with audiences across Punjab and the diaspora, and his potential seemed limitless. He passed away on July 3, 2025, at just 35 years old. Gene Hackman. They voted him least likely to succeed at the Pasadena Playhouse. Gene Hackman proved them gloriously wrong, winning 2 Academy Awards and delivering performances that defined American cinema for half a century. He grew up in a broken home in Danville, Illinois, left at 16 to join the Marines, and worked menial jobs before deciding to pursue acting when he was already over 30 years old. From Popeye Doyle in The French Connection to Little Bill in Unforgiven, he brought raw, uncompromising humanity to every role. His portrayal of Buck Barrow in Bonnie and Clyde earned his first Oscar nomination. His range encompassed comedy in Young Frankenstein, where he played a blind hermit opposite Frankenstein's monster, and villainy as Lex Luthor in Superman. He commanded submarines in Crimson Tide and confronted corruption in Mississippi Burning. Every performance carried the weight of absolute authenticity. He retired from acting in his 70s but left behind a body of work that will be studied and admired forever. He was simply one of the greatest actors who ever lived. He passed away on July 3, 2025, at 95 years old. Paquita La del Barrio, the queen of Mexican ranchera music, gave voice to women's frustrations for decades. Paquita La del Barrio delivered songs about unfaithful men with righteous fury that made her an icon across Latin America. Her confrontational style and unapologetic lyrics earned her legions of devoted fans. She passed away on July 14, 2025. Richard Chamberlain. The original television heartthrob became so much more. Richard Chamberlain captivated audiences as Dr. Kildare in the 1960s, his Ivy League charm and sweater-vested good looks making him a pin-up sensation. But he wanted more than fan worship. He reinvented himself as a serious stage actor in London, tackling Hamlet and Richard II to win over British audiences who did not easily forgive television stars. His Broadway debut, in The Night of the Iguana, announced his return on his own terms. Then came his conquest of American television as the king of 80s mini-movies. The Thornbirds drew massive audiences to his portrayal of a conflicted priest. Shogun introduced Western audiences to feudal Japan through his eyes. Both earned him Emmy nominations and Golden Globe wins. His autobiography, Shattered Love, courageously discussed hiding his homosexuality to protect his matinee idol image. In his later years, he accepted himself fully and appeared with grace in roles that acknowledged his journey. He passed away on July 20, 2025, at 91 years old. Malcolm Jamal Warner. He was Theo Huxtable, the lovable son who taught America to laugh and learn on The Cosby Show. Malcolm Jamal Warner earned Emmy nominations and went on to direct, produce, and create music that showcased his range. His work on series like Major Crimes and Sons of Anarchy proved he was far more than a child star. He passed away on July 20th, 2025. Preta Gil. The Brazilian singer and actress brought joy to millions across South America and beyond. Preta Gil's music and performances earned her devoted fans who celebrated her vibrant spirit and artistic passion. She passed away on July 20th, 2025, in New York City. Volkan Konak. The voice of Turkey's Black Sea region, Volkan Konak brought the traditional music of Trabzon to national audiences. His emotional performances and dedication to preserving folk traditions earned him widespread acclaim across Turkey. He passed away on July 26, 2025. George Foreman. The most feared heavyweight of the early 1970s knocked out Joe Frazier 6 times in 2 rounds to win the world title, establishing himself as an unstoppable force. Then Muhammad Ali taught him that force alone cannot win every battle. The rumble in the jungle in Zaire saw George Foreman throwing haymakers until he exhausted himself against Ali's rope, a dope strategy. What George Foreman did next was unprecedented. After a spiritual awakening following a loss to Jimmy Young, he became a preacher and walked away from boxing entirely. A decade later, at 45 years old and fighting to fund his youth ministry, he shocked the world by knocking out Michael Moorer to become heavyweight champion again. No one had ever done it at that age. His George Foreman grill made him a household name all over again, selling over 100 million units and providing financial security that boxing never could. He proved that reinvention is possible at any age. He passed away on August 20th, 2025. Frank Caprio. The nicest judge in the world, earned that title through viral videos showing his compassionate approach to traffic court in Providence, Rhode Island. Frank Caprio's Caught in Providence became a global phenomenon, proving that justice and kindness can coexist. His warmth touched millions who never set foot in his courtroom. He passed away on August 20th, 2025, in Providence at 88 years old. Jane Goodall. She changed how humanity understands itself. Jane Goodall's revolutionary research with chimpanzees in Tanzania revealed tool use and complex social behaviors that redefined the boundary between humans and animals. Without formal academic training, she traveled to Africa at the invitation of Louis Leakey and began observations that would reshape primatology. Her book, Wild Chimpanzees, made her world famous and introduced readers to individual chimps with names and personalities. She earned her doctorate from Cambridge despite never attending undergraduate school. Such was the importance of her discoveries. She founded the Jane Goodall Institute in 1977 to ensure protection for the chimpanzees of Gombe, and spent her later decades traveling the globe over 300 days a year as an ambassador for conservation and compassion. Her Roots and Shoots program inspired young people worldwide to become environmental stewards. She received the UN Messenger of Peace designation in 2002 and became an officer of the French Legion of Honor in 2005. She passed away on September 4, 2025. Daniel Bisoño. A beloved figure in Mexican television, Daniel Bisoño entertained audiences with his charismatic presence and comedic timing. His work earned him recognition across Latin America and devoted fans who appreciated his contributions to entertainment. He passed away on September 10, 2025, in Mexico City. Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa. The master of cinematic menace, Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa brought unforgettable intensity to roles from Mortal Kombat to The Man in the High Castle. Born in Tokyo to an actress mother raised as an army brat across America, he found his calling in roles that demanded physical presence and psychological complexity. He also developed his own martial arts form called Chun Shin. He passed away on September 18, 2025. Claudia Cardinale. Her entry into cinema came through a beauty pageant, but Claudia Cardinale's talent was undeniable. The Italian star brought earthy sensuality and genuine acting ability to films like 812 and Once Upon a Time in the West. Her dark flashing eyes and explosive presence made her one of international cinema's most celebrated actresses. She passed away on September 25, 2025. Assata Shakur. One of the most controversial figures of American radical politics, Assata Shakur lived the final decades of her life in Cuba after escaping from prison. Her story became the subject of debate, documentation, and artistic interpretation. She passed away on September 25, 2025. In Havana, Hulk Hogan brother. Let me tell you something. Hulk Hogan was professional wrestling. He headlined the first 9 WrestleManias, held championships across every major promotion, and became the most recognized wrestling star in history. Born Terry Bollea in Georgia, he transformed into an American icon whose leg drop finished opponents and whose pythons pumped up a generation. His match against Andre the Giant on the main event in 1988 drew 33 million viewers, a record that still stands. When the industry needed reinvention, he delivered the NWO turn in 1996, becoming Hollywood Hogan and proving he could be as compelling as a villain as he was as a hero. He won the WWF Championship 5 times, the WCW World Heavyweight Championship 6 times, and became a 2-time Hall of Famer. Beyond wrestling, he starred in films like No Holds Barred and found unexpected fame through his Hulk Hogan grill. His final public appearance came at the Netflix premiere of Raw in January 2025. Love him or hate him, you could not ignore him. He passed away on September 26, 2025, at 71 years old, following a heart attack at his Florida home. Halid Beslik. The legendary voice of Bosnian folk music, Halid Beslik, performed for 4 decades and earned reverence across the Balkans. Songs like Mujica and Romanija became cultural touchstones that defined Sevdalinka for generations. His survival of a near-fatal car accident in 2009 and subsequent return to the stage cemented his status as a symbol of 66. He passed away on September 26, 2025. Diane Keaton, from Annie Hall to The Godfather. Diane Keaton created characters that felt utterly real. Born Diane Hall in Los Angeles, she studied drama before landing her first major stage role in the Broadway rock musical Hair, gaining attention by famously not removing her clothing. Woody Allen cast her in Play It Again, Sam, beginning a creative partnership that would shape American comedy. Her idiosyncratic style influenced fashion, as women everywhere adopted the menswear-inspired looks she made famous. The Academy Award she won for Annie Hall, a role Allen wrote specifically for her, recognized what audiences already knew. She was one of her generation's most unique and compelling performers. She brought emotional gravity to Kay Adams' Corleone in all 3 Godfather films. Her Oscar-nominated work in Reds and Marvin's Room demonstrated her dramatic range. Later films like Something's Gotta Give and Book Club proved she could carry romantic comedies with wit and charm. She also pursued directing, helming documentaries and television episodes that showcased her eye behind the camera. She passed away on October 11, 2025. Shefali Zariwala. The Indian actress captivated audiences with her performances across multiple productions. Her work in Bollywood and regional cinema demonstrated her range and commitment to her craft. She passed away on October 15, 2025, in Mumbai. Val Kilmer. He was Iceman in Top Gun, the cocky rival whose rivalry with Maverick defined a generation of fighter pilot fantasies. He was Jim Morrison in The Doors so convincingly that the surviving band members could barely tell the difference between Kilmer's performance and their late frontman. He was Doc Holliday in Tombstone, delivering the line, "I'm your Huckleberry," with a lazy drawl that launched 1,000 memes. Born in Los Angeles, Val Kilmer trained at Juilliard and began his career on stage before Hollywood discovered him. His intensity and commitment to transformation made every role an event. He played Batman, he played Elvis, he played a blind man in At First Sight. Each performance demanded total immersion. His battle with throat cancer in later years became another testament to his courage, documented in the remarkably candid documentary Val. He returned to the Top Gun franchise for Maverick, earning standing ovations from audiences who remembered Iceman's glory. He passed away on October 16, 2025. Ferdi Tayfur. The king of Turkish arabesque music, Ferdi Tayfur brought emotional depth to a genre he helped define. From his humble beginnings in Adana to national stardom, he recorded albums and starred in films that made him a beloved figure across Turkey. His distinctive voice carried the pain and passion of working-class Turkish life. He passed away on November 3, 2025. James Martin. The British chef and television presenter brought warmth and expertise to Saturday Kitchen and countless cooking programs. James Martin's approachable style and genuine love of food made him a household name across the United Kingdom. He passed away on November 14, 2025. Jimmy Cliff. The reggae legend who starred in The Harder They Come and gave the world songs like Many Rivers to Cross and You Can Get It. If You Really Want, Jimmy Cliff brought Jamaican music to global audiences decades before reggae became mainstream. His induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2010 recognized his pioneering influence. He passed away on November 17, 2025. Ngoc Trinh. The Vietnamese actress and model became a prominent figure in Southeast Asian entertainment. Her work spanned multiple productions and earned her recognition across the region. She passed away on November 20, 2025, in Ho Chi Minh City. Ornella Vanoni. The iconic voice of Italian pop music performed for over 60 years. Ornella Vanoni's sophisticated interpretations of songs made her a beloved figure in Italian culture and beyond. Her contributions to music earned her recognition as one of Italy's most treasured performers. She passed away on November 21, 2025, in Milan at 91 years old. Dharmendra, they called him the He-Man of India, and Garam Dharam lived up to the name. Dharmendra was not just a Bollywood star, but a phenomenon who defined Indian cinema for decades. Born Dharam Singh Deol in a Jat Sikh family in Punjab, he won a Filmfare talent contest that brought him to Mumbai with nothing but dreams. His partnership with Hema Malini produced some of the most beloved films in Hindi cinema, and his role in Sholay as Viru remains iconic, beloved by generations who can quote his dialogue from memory. He appeared in over 300 films, playing romantic heroes, action stars, and patriotic figures with equal conviction. The early 1970s saw him voted among the most handsome men in the world, the first Indian actor to receive such recognition. He launched the careers of his sons, Sunny and Bobby Deol, through his production company. He received the Padma Bhushan in 2012 for his extraordinary contributions to Indian cinema. He passed away on November 24, 2025. Frank Gehry, the architect who made buildings dance. Frank Gehry's Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao became a symbol of how architecture could transform cities. His deconstructivist designs challenged every convention and earned him the Pritzker Prize in 1989 and the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2016. Buildings like the Walt Disney Concert Hall and the Fondation Louis Vuitton proved that function and fantasy could coexist. He passed away on December 5, 2025. Rob Reiner Meathead became a master filmmaker. Rob Reiner rose from his Emmy-winning role as Mike Stivic on All in the Family to direct some of the most beloved films of the 1980s and 1990s. This is Spinal Tap, pioneered the mockumentary format with such convincing detail that audiences believed the band was real. Stand By Me captured the bittersweetness of childhood friendship. The Princess Bride became a quotable classic that spans generations. When Harry Met Sally defined romantic comedy for a new era. Misery trapped audiences in a psychological nightmare. A Few Good Men gave Jack Nicholson one of his most memorable moments. Each film showcased Reiner's range and his ability to find heart in any genre. Castle Rock Entertainment, the company he founded, produced countless classics beyond his directorial work. The son of comedy legend Carl Reiner, Rob proved that talent could be inherited, but success still had to be earned through relentless dedication to craft. His political activism made him a vocal advocate for social change throughout his later years. He passed away on December 14, 2025. Loretta Swit. She transformed Hot Lips Houlihan from a stereotype into a fully realized woman. Loretta Swit stayed with MASH for all 11 seasons, winning 2 Emmy Awards and earning nominations nearly every year the show aired. Born in New Jersey to Polish immigrant parents who opposed her showbiz dreams, she performed on stage from age 7, determined to prove them wrong. She trained at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts and forged a theater career before Hollywood discovered her. Her portrayal of Margaret Houlihan evolved from comedic antagonist to beloved core character, and her chemistry with the ensemble cast helped make MASH one of television's greatest achievements. Her dedication to animal rights made her a passionate advocate long after her television career concluded, serving as spokesperson for the Humane Society of the United States. She authored books on needlepoint, designed jewelry, painted watercolors, and hosted a wildlife series, proving that creativity knows no single outlet. She passed away on December 25, 2025, at 88 years old. Brigitte Bardot. The original sex kitten changed cinema forever. Brigitte Bardot's explosive beauty and uninhibited sensuality made her an international sensation. Films discovered her extraordinary screen presence. Her effect on American audiences was electric, drawing men into theaters for any film that featured her name, regardless of quality. She appeared in American productions in the 1950s and 1960s. Born in Paris, she began modeling at 15 and appeared in LA Magazine alongside Frank Sinatra and became one of the most photographed women in the world. The paparazzi invented their tactics pursuing her. Just before turning 40, she retired from acting entirely, preferring life outside the spotlight that had brought her fame and its accompanying intrusions. Her greatest legacy may be her decades of animal rights activism through the foundation Brigitte Bardot, which she founded in 1986. That work, she often said, mattered more than any film she ever made. She devoted her final decades to protecting the voiceless, proving that beauty can have purpose beyond the screen. She passed away on December 28, 2025, in Saint-Tropez. At 91 years old, they entertained us, they challenged us, they made us feel something real. These 50 stars left their mark on our hearts and on our screens. Though they have departed, their performances endure, waiting to be discovered by new generations. Their legacies are eternal. We remember them with gratitude.